June 6, 1992, began with the promise of summer. But in Springfield, Missouri, a night of celebration was about to turn sinister for Suzie Streeter and Stacy McCall, fresh high school graduates. After celebrating with friends, they planned to stay at Suzie's house with her mother, Sherrill Levitt. Suzie and Stacy were last seen around 2 a.m. The next morning, the front door was unlocked. Inside, the TV was on, purses and keys untouched. Suzie, Stacy, and Sherrill were gone. Stacy's medication was left behind. A broken porch light had been swept up. The Springfield Three had vanished, leaving behind a void. The question of what happened on East Delmar Street would haunt Springfield for decades. To truly grasp the weight and the profound impact of this case, to understand the enduring mystery that surrounds it, you need to intimately know the women at its very center. Their lives, their hopes, and their connections to the Springfield community are all crucial to understanding the puzzle. Sherrill Levitt, 47, was a single mother, a homeowner, and a respected cosmetologist, known for her skill and professionalism. She was known for her warmth, her infectious laugh, and her unwavering dedication to her clients and her family. Her daughter, Suzie Streeter, 19, was bubbly, adventurous, full of life and dreams, and had just proudly graduated high school, ready to embrace the world. She was actively planning to follow her mother's successful career path in cosmetology, eager to learn and create. Stacy McCall, 18, was Suzie's close and cherished friend, practically inseparable from her. She was responsible, kind-hearted, and deeply connected to her loving family, a true friend to all who knew her. All three women were deeply rooted in Springfield, Missouri, with absolutely no apparent reason to voluntarily leave their established lives behind. They were loved immensely, actively involved in their close-knit community, and each of them had bright and promising plans for their respective futures. Their sudden and inexplicable disappearance was certainly not the story of people simply running away from their lives. It was, instead, the heartbreaking story of ordinary, happy lives abruptly and violently interrupted. The Springfield Three were beloved daughters, a devoted mother, and cherished friends, suddenly and inexplicably gone, leaving behind unanswered questions. Their absence left a palpable void, a gaping hole in the heart of the city of Springfield, and an unfillable void in the broken hearts of their grieving family, their close friends, and all those who deeply knew and loved them. The haunting question that relentlessly remains: how could three vibrant women simply vanish without leaving even the slightest trace behind? The elusive answer to this agonizing question has stubbornly eluded everyone involved for what is now over 30 long and agonizing years. Their tragic story serves as a chilling and stark reminder to us all that unspeakable tragedy and unimaginable loss can, indeed, strike absolutely anywhere, even in the quietest of neighborhoods. When police officers first entered the Levitt residence, they were met with an unsettling stillness. What they discovered inside was a scene that was both strikingly ordinary on the surface, yet deeply unsettling upon closer inspection. The house itself was remarkably tidy, almost too perfect, with the television still flickering in the living room, casting an eerie glow. The beds appeared to have been slept in, yet all personal belongings remained untouched, as if frozen in time. Suzie and Stacy's carefully chosen graduation clothes were still hanging in the closet. Pristine and ready for the big day, their purses were left on the counter, and both family cars remained parked in the driveway, untouched. Even the family dog, a small terrier, was found inside the house, visibly anxious and distressed, but otherwise unharmed and seemingly well cared for. It defied logic. People simply don't abandon their entire lives, leaving behind everything that defined them without a trace. However, a single broken porch light offered a chilling clue, hinting at something far more sinister, possibly a planned ambush, waiting in the shadows. Adding to the mystery, a bizarre, anonymous message was discovered on the answering machine, deepening the sense of unease, but ultimately leading the investigators down a dead end. There were no signs of a struggle, no overturned furniture, and frustratingly, no clear evidence to suggest foul play, just a seemingly ordinary home, eerily frozen in time, waiting for its inhabitants to return. The unsettling calmness of the scene suggested something far more calculated, pointing towards a methodical abduction, rather than a chaotic or spontaneous act of violence. With little evidence, theories multiplied. The idea of a voluntary disappearance was quickly dismissed. Nothing supported it. Investigators turned to foul play, examining thousands of tips and suspects. Early suspicion fell on Susie's ex-boyfriend, but he was cleared. Robert Craig Cox, a convicted kidnapper, claimed to know the women's fate, but his stories were inconsistent and unproven. Other suspects included transient workers and serial offenders, but no solid leads emerged. Even a dig at a hospital parking garage, prompted by a psychic, turned up nothing. Each theory led to a dead end, deepening the mystery. The truth remained elusive, buried beneath speculation and rumor. The evidence overwhelmingly points to foul play. The women's purses, keys, and Stacy's medication were left behind. No one leaves home like that. The house showed signs of interruption, not a planned departure. The broken porch light suggested premeditation, possibly to conceal an attacker. The lack of struggle may mean the women were ambushed or knew their assailant. Police believe the perpetrator likely gained entry through trust or surprise. No credible sightings, no financial activity, and total silence since that night. The hope for a happy ending has faded, replaced by the grim reality of a carefully orchestrated crime. The Springfield Three vanished, leaving only questions and fear. The disappearance shattered Springfield's sense of safety. Fear spread. If it could happen to them, it could happen to anyone. The families became tireless advocates, organizing searches and keeping the story alive. The community rallied, but every lead went cold. Years passed, hope faded, but the search never stopped. The women were declared legally dead in 1997, but closure never came. Their families' persistence ensured the case was never forgotten. The legacy of the Springfield Three is one of heartbreak, resilience, and unanswered questions. Over 30 years later, the case remains open, a haunting cold case. Advances in DNA and renewed public interest keep hope alive. The Springfield police still investigate every tip, waiting for a breakthrough. True crime media has brought new attention, but also new pain for the families. The house on Delmar Street has changed, but the mystery endures. 3 lives vanished in the night, leaving only silence and speculation. Until the truth emerges, the fate of the Springfield Three will remain one of America's most chilling unsolved mysteries.